Hey everybody, what's going on? Another video here from Onyx. I'm gonna do this one's gonna be off the cuff again. I'm gonna do videos, much more videos where I write down everything and I'm a lot more prepared, so I can kind of talk about specific topics a lot more effectively, communicate things, a lot more effectively than just this off the cuff stuff. Though I do like just kind of speaking without having anything pre-written ahead of time. It's pretty relaxing. So I didn't make a video on this subject, mostly because my channel just started and I've got I've got 3 subscribers, so it's not like I'm going to get much reach. Um, so the whole ICANN situation is, well, the resistance to getting the to getting ICANN handed over to the United Nations has effectively, well, it's failed. It's about it's 11:48 tonight right now, where I'm at, in I guess 12 minutes Eastern Standard Time. The contract that ICANN signed with the United States government, it's going to officially terminate, or they'll start renegotiating with some sort of international body. The changes that will be made to how we use the internet, how we exchange ideas, how we discuss things, that it's been, a free venture, so far in the last, in the 20 years or so that the internet to some extent has existed, and especially in the last, 10 years with the rise of social media and the democratization. That's probably not the right word. The internet getting so simple to use that people who are not tech savvy can use it and enjoy all of the benefits of it. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with my words. This is a defeat. If you care about civil liberties, if you care about Western culture, if you care about society's capacity to resolve problems peacefully, this is a defeat. Now, I'll link to videos below that explain the whole situation a lot more clearly than I can. So fuck our fucking government, man. Fuck every single one of those snake-eyed, spineless, faggot-ass fucking politicians who work at Washington. This whole fucking thing started. There was demands to have the internet relinquished from American control. When it came out, when fucking Snowden came out with his big fucking NSA leaks, and foreign governments realized that the American government, the federal government, Washington, was spying on foreign governments. This, this created a huge, uproar. Not that they give a shit, about privacy or secrecy. The Iranian government does not give a fuck about transparency. North Korea does not give a fuck about transparency. Neither does China. Neither does Saudi Arabia. Neither do nearly, probably no other nation. No nation in the world. I wouldn't even say that about us. So it's not like this was, they were worried about the safety of their citizens or some, some bullshit like that. No, they were worried about their own power being challenged by another entity. So they petitioned the United Nations back in 2014 and wanted control over ICANN to be transferred to them. To summarize, ICANN is the reason when you go to Facebook, you type in Facebook, and you go to the website. It's what gives IP addresses a name, what gives them localization. It's why when you want to go to Google, you don't have to type, 11.38.4. Whatever the fuck the IP address for Google is. It's not tech savvy people, you can find ways around this. So it's not like we're going back to the dark ages. But the vast majority of people will not have even the modicum of awareness of how the internet functions in order to make this essentially a defunct issue for their own personal computers. The vast majority of people won't. The changes will be slow. The changes will definitely be slow. Sorry, I'm really fucking scattered. But, this isn't going to affect the election. This isn't going to affect anything for, the next, certainly not, till November. Next year, I think you'll maybe start to see some stuff. I guess, and this was Obama's idea, because of course it was, biggest piece of shit president we've ever had. My opinion of Obama is just fucking descended downward every fucking year he's been in office. Only 30 more days. Well, I guess technically like 100 days, whatever. He's on his way out. But he decided to fuck us over one, last time. ICANN having its contract with the American government and the American government taking a non-interventionist role in overseeing ICANN is what has allowed the flourishing of so many different political movements, different social movements that challenge the status quo. Wherever you are, if you're on the alt-right, if you're a libertarian, if you're a Bernie Sanders supporter or something, you're a democratic socialist, whatever, you're a fucking communist or a fascist, like whatever your own political persuasion is, you have benefited from ICANN being an American company. Because as an American company, it has to maintain the First Amendment. It has to. It's used as a utility. There is only one nation, one on planet Earth out of 300 and some odd countries that guarantees its citizens the right to free speech, and that's the United States. Britain, or the United Kingdom, excuse me. I play too much fucking Europa Universalis 4. Anyway, the United Kingdom does not guarantee free speech. Australia doesn't. Canada doesn't. The other Anglosphere countries don't do it. The other Western European countries don't do it. None of the East Asian countries guarantee it. In Latin America, in Africa, Middle East, in South Asia, so on and so forth. Only one fucking country guarantees its citizens freedom of speech. And so long as ICANN remained in the United States, every person in the world, no matter what country they're from, benefited, at least in some way, benefited from the right to free speech. What's going to happen, when some, secularist or an atheist, or even a liberal Muslim in Iran or somewhere, their capacity to critique their tyrannical government has been shattered. It has been broken. They will not be able to create the kind of communities and environments that have defined the internet up to this point. So, again, I'm sorry I'm rambling. I wish I could organize my thoughts a little bit better. I just wanted to, put this out here. The government fucks us over. The government punishes us because they were the ones who spied on people. Like I said, this is not something that's going to affect anything in the short term. This is not going, maybe this had to happen. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe we have to have our right to speak taken away before we understand how precious it is. There is no other time in human history that people have been able to express themselves, their political views, their personal views, any viewpoint they wanted to have. There's been no other time in all of the epochs of human history, except for the last 400 years in Western countries, and especially in the United States. The ramifications of this will take years to be felt completely. What you can't solve with ink will be solved with blood. If you take away people's capacity to express ideas without fear of censorship, without fear of repercussions, without fear of oppression, you take away the pen, they will grab the rifle. Thank you.